everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Catch, and I am back to work on this grungy little book, altered book. It's kind of getting fat already, which worries me because I'm not even halfway done. I think some of it is just that it's very stiff at the moment. I have been letting it dry and stuff, opened all the way, you know, so yeah, I'm just trying to get it to do what I want it to. We'll see. Probably a better book, or a bigger book would be kind of a better idea just because of the stiffness of this little one, but don't know, since this is the first time I've ever done this type. So how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. The sun is shining, the wind is not blowing, so it's fabulous here. I went for a walk. It was, yeah, great. So you guys saw yesterday, oh, you didn't see all this. I did this pocket, you guys saw that, and this tag goes in here, and that will get stitched around at some point. I just haven't got that far yet. I have a couple of tags I need to stitch. So that goes in that pocket, and then I put up at the top, this is one of the pieces from the old stuff. Digital, and then so is this picture and this piece here, just, you know, to make it kind of interesting. And then on the back, same thing, pieces from the old stuff, digital, put the little rose on the photo, pop that in there. And then this is the back of the pocket, obviously, and I added one of Joey Card Maker's stamps on there and just some other paper, and I did paper all the way down that. And then over here I added just a piece of book page that I gessoed, and on this side it's coffee dyed paper. I added one of those pockets from the old stuff, but first I put it on a piece of brown paper, packing paper, or you could use a paper bag or whatever. Had a little pasha hair there. And then a tag, a piece of the fabric from the Halloween project we did last Friday for the I Saw It in Somerset Studio magazine. So I did do some yesterday afternoon while I was doing other stuff. And then today I have this old vintage postcard. I've obviously inked it already. And I have a piece of one of the master boards that we made for something. I don't remember what, but anyway, so we're going to use that too. So yeah, I need to say hugs and blessings. Oh, first, a huge super thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Helms. Sorry, I did not say that yesterday. Bad me. I apologize. But thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are the sweetest. A super thanks is kind of like giving me a tip. So I really appreciate that. That is so, so, so kind. So thank you. And hugs and blessings to Heidi, Sharon, and Janelle. Thank you guys always for watching and always commenting just lovely, kind comments. That really warms my heart. Couldn't do it without you guys. So if I suddenly vanish, it's because my husband's on the roof painting. And so that's like the second story, you know. So he's all like roped in and everything, but it's just scary when he's up there. So, but that is what we got going on today. Kind of same old, as always, right? I think I'm actually going to turn this stuff this direction. I don't even know what I have on my hand. Who knows? Ink from something. But first, again, we're going to put something down this. I have this book page that I gessoed, and then I just stuck this paper on there. And I kind of like it. I might actually just leave it janky like that. It's my new word, janky, because I seem to be doing everything janky, so it's just fitting. Oh, that's upside down. I don't really want to tear that side, though. I'd have to tear some more off. And then we can use the piece we tear off, too, somewhere. I mean, you don't have to cover all that and everything like I am. I'm just choosing to do that because I want to. But definitely if you're like, I am not going through all that nightmare, you don't have to do that. You can just leave them the way they are if you want to, because it's just book page. It's fine. But I'm just choosing to because I want it like extra grungy. But you might want one that's not as grungy as mine. So you do you, boo. As I always say. Don't have to do it the way I do it. Because we all got a different style. And I like doing stuff like this. I like to add all these crazy little things. Oh, I think I wanted it this side. Yeah, so it hangs over that way. Apologize again. Still allergies gone. I was out there helping my husband to get down so he could eat some lunch. And he was basically done with the part he was working on. But anyways, there's all those little seed things up on our roof. So he's trying to shove some of those off. So then they're swirling all over in the air out there. Got me going. Not that it takes much of anything to get my allergies going. Yeah, this is super fun to just make it really grungy and, you know, paper bits hanging out and all that. I love that kind of look. But like I said, if you like more of a tailored sort of a look or a cleaner look, then you can do this book in any way you want. It would be cool too to just do one with all tags. You know, I'll just glue tags onto these strips. That would be another fun thing. So I think there's loads of things you could probably do with this. Okay, so since I'm going to put that piece on like that, I want to put those other pieces on first. Where did I just set them? Oh my word, y'all. If it was a snake, it'd probably bite me. Oh gosh. He scares me when he's up there. What did I seriously do with those? Oh my gosh, they're right here. I apologize. So I'll put these on and then I'll put that on, I think. So we're just going to put a little glue along the edge. I was going to cover it first and then do that, but you know, change of plans. Now the next question is, do I want to cut it apart where these join? Let's glue all the parts on first, and then we will assess that. This one I'm going to have to glue in a little bit more, or it's going to hang, because these are already hanging out of the book, kind of. So I don't want to start getting too far out of the book. And I ripped it, as you can see, when I was making it grungier, so I may end up putting a piece of that faux tape on there. This is the men's quadrangle at Northwestern University. It seems a very odd postcard, but hey, whatever floats your boat, right? Whatever floats your boat. Oh, I got some more of these round cards. I just got these. They're the only place I could find them, and I think this was the only package I saw, but anyway, is on Etsy. So if you want some, I would continue to look, like, just put in round playing cards. And if you find a set, buy them. Because they don't appear to be super common or, you know, available. So I looked on Amazon, but they did not have, they had a different kind of a game on there, and I just want playing cards, regular playing cards. So anyways, But I was able to find those, so I nabbed those up. But that's the best advice I can give you, because they are not easy to find around here. So that's a shout out to anyone who lives in the UK. If you have access to those, you might want to start selling them on the internet, because, you know, on Etsy or something, because, oh my goodness, yeah, can't find them around here anywhere. We don't have them for some reason. They're super cool. I wish they were easier to get, because I put them in my shop if I could find like a place that had them. There was one other place that had like, I think they were selling like 6 of them at a time or whatever, but they seemed very expensive for 6 playing cards. But, you know, if you can't find them, I guess that's just the way it is. But anyways. I like to have these kind of things like this in here. I just think it's interesting to have that all junky gunky looking. It's fun. I don't know if I want to do on this piece up here, the top, if I want to do anything with it. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of just wanted to put that on there. And then I didn't think about it a lot. So then on this side we could use the other piece of this and go all the way up like that. That should work out pretty good. Yeah, I'm probably just making it even thicker and thicker, and I'm not gonna, it's just gonna be a big, huge gator mouth ugly thing. I mean, I do like gator mouth, but I don't really have anything against that. But, you know, there is a time when it becomes almost unusable kind of thing. So, but I do like a fat journal. It's just this one has a not so big spine. So, yeah, that might not be great. Sorry, I stuck my head in there and bumped the camera like I always do. Filled up my glue so it's nice. I'm just using PVA glue. I've given up on all the fancy schmancy stuff. I like this better because it glues pretty fast, but it's not quite as fast as art glitter glue. So you can kind of move things for a second, which is very nice. Because if you know anything about the art glitter glue, you know it's almost too fast sometimes. And you're like, no, wait, I need to move that. Nope. No moving that for you. So you guys have any special plans for Mother's Day? I am getting together with my kids. So I'm excited. It's kind of an awesome time of the year for me because I have my birthday and then Mother's Day. So lots of days to see them, which is awesome. I'm just going to kind of go like this. I mean, I'm acting like I don't hardly see them. I usually see them once a week anyway, but good stuff. Good stuff. Seeing them. Hopefully we'll go down to my daughter's and walk again. That was so fun. Keep getting that upside down. Not that it really matters, but with this little... So the cool thing is you can write, obviously, on these two spots. Or you could decorate them up more, put a pocket on them. I mean, it's just very endless what you could do. Gosh, my husband's shaking the whole house. Yeah, we got him, well, he had like a climbing belt thing, harness thing that you wear. So he had that, but we got him some hooks that go in the ceiling that you just leave there. They're like anchors. So I do feel a little bit better about it. I wouldn't want him doing that with absolutely nothing, because man, that's a steep pitch on that roof up there. Scary. All right. As you can see, my brain's going a million directions today. Look out, everyone. It'll be an interesting day. All right. So that I like. And then we're going to do a playing card. I know you're probably shocked because I never do those, right? They're just really fun in these kind of books that I've been doing. So I'm enjoying it, but we need to make it look older because it's real bright and shiny right now. These are jumbo playing cards that I got. I just ordered them on Amazon. These you can find very easily. The round ones are a little harder. Let's see. Just need like some old paper, text, whatever. I used to do the whole thing of putting it on and then tearing some off and all that. I've kind of given up on that. I just glue it right down and then it's fine. And it works just fine. Oh, we could use some of this. This is a freebie in the description box below this video. It's just coffee dyed paper that I stamped and then I put as a freebie for everybody. Because it's fun. And why not? Use some of this. Because I stamped this and then I never used it. Because I do that a lot. Look at this. You know, make your own Tim Holtz tissue paper kind of thing. You just stamp all your stamps onto white tissue paper. Oh, was that the... Did I do it? Oh, it's fine. Thought it was backwards for a minute. I'm going to put it down here more. Oh my gosh. It's so sticky. And then we'll take this kind of stuff and put it over it. That one's really hard to see through. It's an actual tissue paper rather than a sewing tissue, which tends to be a little bit more transparent. And I know this hurts some people when I tear apart sewing tissue, but I was gifted a whole bunch of sewing patterns that I'll never use as sewing patterns because I don't know how to sew. And, you know, I may eventually sell some of them or whatever. But anyways, some of them I use because this is what they were given to me for, so. And a lot of them, oh, that is nice and inky, are things that, well, I wouldn't wear. And sizes that wouldn't fit me and all that. You know how it is with sewing patterns, especially old ones. You just kind of get what you get. You usually don't get to pick the size. And if you let it dry, you can just sand around the edges and it comes right off. But I'm just going to cut around it because we don't have time for that at the moment. Maybe. He must have got off the roof because I hear him banging paint cans in the garage, so that's good. And then we ink, like we always do. Ink and ink and ink and ink. But it does such a cool job. It makes it look so much better for our old projects, old looking projects. I have this Farmer's Yearbook that I like, but it has these pages. And we can use one for the back. So it can be written on. We're just gonna wing-a-ding it here and get what we get. Oh, I want to thank you guys, all of you, so much for wishing me a happy birthday. I so appreciate that. That was super kind. Birthdays get kind of boring the older you get, as you might know if you're in that boat. Plus, I'd like to just, you know, can we just skip it at this point, please? But anyway, I thank you very, very, very much. I had a wonderful birthday. All right, I need to use this one up first. Yeah, it's gorgeous out there today. It's going to get pretty toasty coming up, though. think I said yesterday, 91 on Saturday. That's gonna be wow, because today I think we're getting up to 70 or something, but right now it's still like in the 50s out there. 90 is gonna be excessive, I feel like. I'll figure out something to add to that. I forgot to sand this. That's my brain squirreling, just in case you missed it. My husband sometimes like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh yeah, I guess I didn't explain to you what my brain is doing. Just never shuts up. Never. Okay, I'm just gonna put that on there like we've been doing. Nothing new under the sun, as the old saying goes. But hours of fun. With our paper. And then what was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna put this little tag down here on this one, I think. I feel like I need something. What do I want to put along there? I don't have any other cool things. Just use some of this writing. I need to get more of these little papers. I do like them very much. I mean, like I said a million times, I would not call them scrapbook paper because they're so tiny, but they're so great for like these type of projects or just collage in general because they're super thin paper. And you know, the font, it's all tiny and all that, so it looks cool. I get everything prepped, I can usually get through these pretty fast, but you know, then it's all the prep time too, so I guess technically I'm not getting through it any faster, but it's faster for you guys. Getting more done quicker, it seems. Oh, I don't know that I really want that covered, huh? I kind of want to see the 5 over there. Could kind of shove this back in here more, or just tear it. Now we got a bubble on this other paper. Oh my goodness. Got all kinds of difficulties happening here, as Gail would say. Always difficulties. A myriad of them. Oh, and if you didn't check out all the people that participated in Nancy Pitter's Halloween, you really should, because just some really great stuff was created. maybe I'll use a little bit of this, like as around it. Let's just glue it right on there. Lots of ladies, lots of talent. It was great. I think I've hit all the videos, I think. I hope I haven't missed anybody, but there were quite a few. Quite a few. I didn't think around that. And it needs it because I obviously left some white bits and pieces. So yeah, I did put them all, I put links to them in my description box of my video. They're in Nancy's video too. I don't know if everybody did that because I didn't like check that out, but yeah, you should be able to find them pretty easily. Just my big suggestion would be go to Nancy's channel or mine because I know it's there. I don't know why I'm throwing that direction. I have my little garbage can right over here, but I'm throwing it over there. Just more mess to clean up. Yeah. And then the other, oh, I was thinking that was backed. It isn't. We'll have to back that. There are lots of steps. You could leave it as book page. It wouldn't be awful. Okay, so we will put what on the back? If I put this on, it's yeah, you couldn't really write on that. Just use a little piece of this. Did it again through the little scraps over there instead of in the trash. That'll work. That will work. Like so. Get this way because there's kind of that same little tear in that corner. They line up nicely. And then we'll hook it on here. I don't know what I will put over this part, but I'm sure there's some scrap around here that'll work. And this is in one of my tag kits. I have some kits that are just tags, you know, in my shop. Been listening to during the day when I'm working and stuff. I usually have to listen to something to keep myself from squirreling all over the place. Stuff on the Brian Koberger, which is the Idaho 4 unalivings, or however you're supposed to say it, so YouTube doesn't get all irritated at you. Anyways, my son was going to school at the school where that all happened. What was that? 2022? So I just became very interested in the whole case because it was just like, we were terrified when that went on, with him just starting as a freshman and all that. It's so scary. You know, when you don't really know, is it just somebody wanting to do horrible things to students? Just any students? Was it those particular students? You know, nobody knew anything, so it was scary having him up there. But anyways, so I've continued to follow it because, well, I want to know what the heck. The heck is the matter with people? Anyway, but it's just very interesting. I think his goose is cooked, but we'll see in August when his trial happens. I mean, I know, innocent until proven guilty. I know that. I'm just saying, if he did do it, I hope that they prove it very thoroughly. Yeah, I'll never forget that because my son had been down here visiting for the weekend and he was driving back up to Moscow, Idaho, and he calls or texts me because he had stopped to get gas that he got a message on his phone saying the university is closed. You know, the whole campus. You can't get on campus, you can't get off campus, all that kind, you know, whatever they call that, the lockdowns or whatever. So he's like, I don't know what to do because if I go all the way back up there and then we can't get on campus, all my stuff, you know, how am I going to go to class then, you know, next day and just all those kind of things. And it was like, oh, yeah, well, you can come back here because he wasn't that far from home at the time. And he's like, no, I think I'll just go back. It's probably nothing. It just, you know, he just didn't know what to do. So he goes back up there and then messages me that 4 students are, you know, passed away. And I was like, what on earth? Like, was it, you know, I didn't know. It was just like drugs or like, you know, what it was. He's like, I don't know yet. And then when we found out, it was like, oh, I was terrified. Totally terrified. He's like, Mom, I'm fine. I'm in a locked dorm, you know, because they had to have their student IDs to get in the building. Then they had to have their particular student ID for their room to get in their room. But still, it was just terrifying. Like, you know, when you walk to class, are you safe, you know? Because we just didn't know what the deal was. But anyway, so horrible. Okay, I had, oh, I think some little stack of books maybe. Might be cute. Her little picture there on that. Yes, very disturbing case. For sure. I just want the something on here. This way here. I'm going to close my door. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Sean was on the phone and it was getting loud. So I was just like, let me close my door. Oh, for a second I thought I didn't push play again. I'm like, seriously, lady? Not that I was very far, but still. Yeah, both my kids had crazy freshman years at college, that is for sure. My daughter started college in 2020, so it was the whole pandemic disaster. That was ridiculous. But anyways, and then my son just had started, like, I don't know, the month before or whatever it was. Maybe it was 2 months before. But anyways, still, you know, getting his bearings and everything. And then that whole thing happened. And then, you know, the school was closed and it was just craziness. He didn't know any of those kids. They were older. Which, you know, when they're those ages, it's a difference, but it's just so sad. Nobody should ever have to go through that. Okay, and then I thought I would use this because I stamped this when we did those, I saw it in Somerset Studio magazine, and this one wasn't great. It was like the first one I made. But I like it. It's nice and grungy, so like for this, it's perfect. I just didn't want to use it for that particular project. So I think what I'll do is just kind of, I'm almost thinking, would this be kind of cool to do as just a tuck back there? I might go ahead and do that. I mean, why not? But I need to not put glue beyond there for that edge. And then I'll probably go ahead and pretty much fill these in. They don't need to be a tuck at all. Oops. So something like that maybe will work. Come down just a little bit more. Did I get it? Oh, no, I did not. We'll do something to the back of that. Still got it hanging off too far. Okay. And I got strings because I like the strings. Oh, I probably should have stitched it first, huh? Oh well. Hopefully this glue, it should. I've never had any trouble with this particular glue stick sticking. It's the permanent Scotch glue stick. Never had any trouble. But just in case, I could put a staple on there, one of those little ones. If I can find, oh my goodness, it's right next to me. Right next to me. My tiny attacher. That'll help hold it all down. All right, y'all. So I think that's what I have for today. So I don't know what I'll tuck in there, but we could put whatever we want in there. We could put, he may not be the best choice, but you know, we can put a little something in there. It doesn't have to be anything big. I had all kinds of Tim Holtz stuff sitting here. Is that one too big? That one's too big. Nope. I don't know. I'll find something to tuck in there. You get it though. It's a little tuck. And then you can write on the back. And then we did these. I don't know yet what I want to put on there. I don't know. I kind of just really like that the way it is. I guess I could leave it, and then whoever ends up with it could put like a small photo or something on there. So we're cruising along. Still got quite a few. I have been, as I mentioned, either having it clamped closed like this, or I clamp it closed open just to try to get some little more bend into this part. This is getting better along here, definitely. But yeah, so that's where we're at for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.